Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to round two here at Wheel-to-Wheel Racing. We're in China this week. We've got full qualifying, 17 drivers. Yeah, 17. Kyan, good to see you. Good to see you, my fellow McLaren teammate. So yeah, we will see two people. No idea what that says, Cam. No idea what that says. We'll get the settings sorted out. May see some medium runners, as we'll only be losing two drivers in this session. It looks clear skies, so it looks like we've got no rain. Duke, good to see you. Brav W's in the chat for IGI Joels. Yeah, I think United could have done with some of that about an hour ago. Let's just say he's in a safer place now. Right, nobody is entering as of yet. Who was last week's winner? It was Hessam. Hessam crossed the line in first place, got second place due to 3 seconds, so LM Boy was the winner. But after getting a post-race time penalty, it put him down the order. I think he's 7th, so Hessam was our winner and driver of the day last weekend. So he'll be looking to follow in his footsteps from last week. He had a poor qualifying. Well, I say poor. He had issues in qualifying where he disconnected and it wouldn't let him retake control of his car. So I think he was out in Q2. So yeah, he'll be looking for a good qualifying. Bunions is on the medium tyres. Everyone else looks to be on the softs up to now. I think Ruben Scott's going to be our first driver to cross the line to begin a lap. I don't need to know tyre. I don't know why it's telling me tyre. As Ruben Scott comes around the penultimate corner, ready to take the final corner, which is very easy to invalidate at, easy to go wide, so which does invalidate your lap straight away. Duke predictions for pole. I'm gonna go half. I'm gonna go half then Hessam. Yeah, I don't think Harv will bottle it. But yeah, we'll see. I'll leave the race predictions till a bit later. As Ruben Scott comes into the second gear hairpin. Is he in? Round to the sweeping left-hander. Be careful not to touch the curb on your left-hand side. As some people found out yesterday, turns out to be very dangerous. Tricky sets 2. It's all about having them higher wings, whereas lower wings are beneficial for the final sector. And race, I'm going to leave the race until Q3. I'll come back to you on that one. See where everyone's at. As Ruben Scott coming towards the back straight, he's got a lot of VRS in his pocket, 80%, which he starts to burn now. DRS wide open. Braking at the 100-meter board. Down to first gear for the penultimate corner. Careful not to invalidate. And Ruben crosses the line with a 132.8. Next across the line is Jundy Sunday. He beats that by 7/10. It's a 132.1. The Big Spartan falls with a 132.6. Next across the line, I think, is Twiggy. Yes, it is. Here you go, the 133.1. And it's going to be Twooge. Twooge goes provisional pole for Q1 with a 132 flat. Next is the Ferrari driver of Hetham. I think he's just starting the lap or invalidated. Next is his teammate, who is debut this season. Came across the line with a 132.7, and he also sets a 132.1. So good luck from him on his very first race. Here at Wheel to Wheel Racing, next cross the line is going to be Kyle, who is invalidated. So already not going well for the McLaren driver. Next cross the line is Curtis, who goes P6 with a 132.8. And it's going to be, it was at Banyul with a 132.956. Is that LM Boy next across the line? Bunions. Bunions must have invalidated. Then we've got the Haas driver of Morgan, and it is 132.4. So good luck for her. And then Harv tops it with a 131.5. Sorry, so he clears the rest of the pack by 4/10. So yeah, Morgan reserved in D1 yesterday, did well. She's currently leading the driver of the day votes. So if you're not already voted for your D1 driver of the day, please make sure you do so. Else we're crossing the line. Don't think we've got anyone on the lap at the minute. Onions invalidated. Oh, who was that? That was Nando Loris. That's a 133.2. And Hessam, as I predicted just before, have P1, Hessam P2. Just over a 10th behind Harv. So some competition up there. Who have we got still yet to set a time? Bunyan's invalidated, Kyle invalidated, LM Boy is on his outlap, and so is Alfie. How is Harv D2 again? Well, I like to call him a TT merchant because over one lap is very quick, but over a race he tends to make mistakes. I hope he does prove me wrong today. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, his one lap pace is very good. I think he finished P3 in the D1 race yesterday. So he seems to do better in the D1 races than he does in the D2 races at the minute. As Alfie begins his hot lap. Kyle, his bunions run out of fuel. Yeah. Coming back into the pits on their medium tyres. Still yet to set a time. Still 10 minutes left of the session. We will be losing 2 drivers. So we'll ride on board with LM Boy as he starts his first lap of the session. Winner in Bahrain, 3 penalties, we'll call it. Into the tricky first corner. I think quite a few people have different lines here. Some people like to keep it tight to the curb. Some people like to go wide and come in a bit sooner, get the throttle down earlier. And like LM Boy just showed, then he prefers like middle of the track line. Down into second gear for the hairpin. Flat out through the left-hander. Down into fifth gear for the right-hander, struggling for traction there. Car seems to be sliding about a little. Oh, as Kyle sets a 131.592, so 4 100ths off Harv as he goes P2 for this session. And Alfie has set a 134.4, which puts him P14 at the minute. LM Boy into the penultimate corner. Doesn't quite get to the apex. A yellow flag in sector 1, so McLaren, I think he's just getting out of the way. LM Boy making sure not to invalidate. Crosses the line, goes P4 with a 131.686. So becomes the 4th driver to be in the 131s. Who have we got on a lap? Is that Nando Loris? Nando Loris is on a lap. He is 3 tenths up at the minute, which will move him up 2 positions, which it does. He overtakes his teammate and goes P11 on the same set of soft tyres. At the moment, Nandaloris is safe. Alfie on his inlet. Cameron coming around the final corner. Think about to start his lap. Got the Haas driver of Morgaine also starting a lap. Cameron just missing the right apex there. Is a tricky turn 1 and turn 2. So a lot of time is gained. I was struggling with turn 1 yesterday and I seem to be losing a bit of time. He is 4 tenths down at the minute. Onion's a bit further back on his time. Currently in turn 2. We've got anyone else on a lap? As Alfie goes straight into the wall on his pit entry. Not sure how he's managed that. Who we got coming around the final corner? It is Twiggy, but he's just going to start his lap. Oh, as he invalidates. Kyle mid-lap by me. Okay. I think you're safe with that. As Twiggy invalidates his next run. Hopefully he's got enough fuel to go through another, or else we might see him back in the pits again. We've got Cameron coming up to the penultimate corner, going wide. Missing his braking zone there. He's looking to cross the line. Does he improve? Currently at a 1:37. He does by 2 seconds, just short. So it's a 1:35.209. So needs to find another 8 tenths to try and overtake Alfie. But good effort from Cameron. Still got time in that lap. As Bunions is to be doing another lap. He is on the soft tyres, so he's taking no risks. Cameron just pulling out of the way, making sure he doesn't impede anyone, sorry. JW Curtis on a lap as Ellen Boy becomes the second driver to retire from this session. Nice line from Curtis in turn 1 and turn 2. Chooses to blast the overtake button heading into turn 3. He is matching his time at the moment. And we see the Mercedes driver improve. Currently P12, so he is 5/1000ths off his teammate up to now. So he doesn't have to find much time to gain a place, but I think he'll want to try and gain a couple of tenths just to make sure he's safe from the drop zone. So Sterry retires from the session. He's happy with that. I'm sure we'll see a lot of drivers trying to save a set of softs as well, just trying to get through on one run. Jamie, can you look in DMs? Yep, sure. As Curtis comes around the final corner, penultimate corner, sorry. 10% of BRS left. Will Curtis improve? He does by 4 tenths. Good lap. Goes P8 with a 1:32.417. We got on a lap as Kyle retires. I think at the minute we've only got Cameron on track. I think he is on a lap as well. See if there's anything to check in on the D2 chat. Nothing as of yet. Oops, it is. Cameron got entering sector 3. Sector 3 pretty much starts halfway down this back straight, so it is a very weird sector. It's pretty much a sector which consists of 2 corners. Cameron will be looking to improve. Only 3 minutes left of this session as he backs off and enters the pits, so I don't think he was improving. We got the Mercedes driver of Curtis diving into the pits. Baniel about to cross the line. Will Baniel improve on his time? Yes, he does by 4/10. Goes P10 with a 1:32.539. So good effort. Morgan has decided to go out again on a new set of softs. I personally think she was safe at that time. Yeah, I think she would have been alright with that time. Who isn't okay with that time? That is Bunions, who needs to make this lap count. He has invalidated his past few laps. Hello, Hav. How's it going? Great first lap. We got any got yellow flag. I think it's just Alfie trying to warm up his tyres. Twiggy currently on a lap. I didn't see if he was up or down. Oh no, I think he's trying to recover a bit of ERS before he gets to the final corner. W2W Curtis retires from the session. He's happy with his time. Coming around the final corner. There's Bunyan starting his lap. So it's all or nothing for Bunions. Needs to make this count. Twiggy recovering off ERS. He's gone into the pits. Oh, so that is Twiggy's qualifying session over. He won't have enough time to get back around. So he must think he's safe with a 1:32.870. The distance to him and Nando Loris behind only 2 1,000s. As Alfie's invalidated, so I'm presuming that's around the final corner. So unless Alfie can get round in 55 seconds, which I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it, but he needs to make sure he cuts no corners in the process. Cameron trying to pull out of the way of the Red Bull of Bunions, who is up by 3 seconds on his lap. I think he's up a bit more than 3 seconds, but unless it's just at that moment in time, I think he slowed down in the final sector. DRS open, overtake mode on. As we come into the penultimate corner, down into third gear. Full throttle on the exit. He needs to make sure he doesn't invalidate here. I think he took that a bit cautiously, understandably. Crosses the line, goes P13 with a 1:32.785. So, Alfie retires from the session, so he is out. Cameron is down on his time, so I don't think he's going to improve. So Cameron is 3 tenths up on his time currently as we head towards sector 2. So Nando Loris didn't improve, so the only person that can knock him out is Cameron. At the minute, I don't think he's improving significantly enough to take that P15 spot. Only losing 2 drivers in this Q1. So, yeah, Cameron is 9 tenths down in his time. Oh, as he takes a bit of a spin. Takes the scenic route as we come towards sector 3. So that will be Cameron's qualifying over. So there we are. Have tops our Q1 with a 1:31.558. Charlotte followed by Kyle with a 1:31.592. SM with a 681, LM Boy with a 686. In the meantime, Morgan set a 132 flat. That's a good lap from her. Missed that one. Puts her up to P5. So I think majority of drivers getting through on one lap. That's your order. As we lose Alfie and Cameron in Q1. So yeah, it might be an interesting Q2. What's the between P10 and P15? Only 5/10. 8/10 separating the gap from P1 to P10. So it's a bit more competitive towards the front. You can see how close some of these times are. It's that 5/1000 between P3, P4, 3/100 between P1, P2, 9/1000 between P7, P8. Hello, Husky. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. Oh, well, this changes things. We've got rain. I don't know if that was planned. If that's something people missed out on. Oh, yep. They're figuring out in the D2 chat that it's going to be raining. Well, this is going to mix things up. Looking like interweather. As the game decides to reset me. Everyone on Inters, apart from Ruben Scott, who's quickly chooses to go back to Inters. Yeah, it doesn't look, the rain doesn't look too heavy. Heavy enough for the wet weather tyres. I'm curious to see DRS won't be enabled. As we see every car start to emerge from the pit lane. Ellen Boyne being the first one. I think this rain could really mix up this final session, this Q2 session. I'm not sure if it's going to be raining in the final session, but it could really mix qualifying up, especially if it is raining in the race, which I will try to find out. Everyone's out on track at the minute. Chuck a message in there, see what they say. We'll go to Ellen Boy. See how tricky these conditions are on his hot lap. To come into the penultimate corner. Might see people with the higher wing setups now start to thrive in these conditions. Into the final corner. I'm sure we're going to see a few people invalidate there as they start the lap. Ellen Boy into turn one, braking a lot earlier than what he was in Q1. Feathering the throttle around as we come around into turn two. Doing the same again. I think with it being wet, you need to be using a lot more ERS in these earlier stages because I think you're going to come into the back straight with around 100%. As Ellen Boy coming into the tricky left-handers. Don't want to be getting on the curve there. Looking to go wide a little bit. As we come into the hairpin. And then the tricky right-hander. Don't want to put the throttle down too quickly. As like I predicted, we're coming down the back straight with 100% ERS. I wonder what time we'll see LM Boy do. I think Bunions will be next across the line. Into the final corner, careful not to invalidate, which he does. Oh, LM Boy invalidates on the final corner. Bunions is next. He doesn't invalidate. He sets it off with a 134.3, which have quickly tops by 8 tenths with a 143.460. Morgan next, 2 seconds off the pace. I need to get the fastest lap under there. There we are. The big Spartan, seeing times flying in. Hessam goes P2 with a 144.167. Jundy with a 144.918. Two Sterry next across the line. We'll see where he can put his Aston Martin. So we'll see the difference increase drastically, I think. Into the final corner comes Twooge. 22% ERS left. He puts his Aston Martin P10 with a 145.668. Just less than 2 seconds off the pace. I don't think he'd be happy with that. Twiggy next across the line with a 146.65. Then it is Baniel with a 146 flat almost. LM Boy, I don't think will be very happy with his time after he invalidated. Nando Loris about to start his lap. I thought LM Boy might go for another run, sorry, but he's not got the ERS, so he's going to dive into the pit lane. And so does Nando Loris. So I'm not sure what happened then. I don't think he invalidated on his lap. Don't think Fuji is on another lap. Essam's retired from the session. He's binned it into the pit lane. Essam has binned it on the pit lane entry. So just like last week, he goes out in Q2 in, I think will be P15. What happened to Cam? He got knocked out in Q1. I think he was about a second off the pace. On his last lap, I think he had a bit of a spin going into sector 3. So he's coming into the final corner. And into the pits he goes, so he's not improving on his time. So, Hessam, out in Q2. Oh, I also need to see if anyone replied to see if it is raining in the race. Not sure yet. Yeah, not sure. Nobody's replied as of yet. I think they're more shocked at Hessam going out. I'm not sure why it says P10 for him though. He's set a 144.167. I think that puts him P10 because he's set. Yeah, I've just seen that out, Fox. I'm not sure why it's put in there. The only thing I can think of is he will go through into Q3, but he won't be able to participate. That's the only thing I can think of. So it's put him down to the lowest position of what Q3 would be, which is P10. So we've got Baniel on a lap. We've got the McLaren of Kyle, who's on 100% ERS, so he is not on a lap. So Baniel will be next across the line. Said purple sets 2, but we know how much this game lies. Down the back straight. think some people are also worried about it raining even heavier because we might not see people improve on times. But we're going to see if Banyol can improve on a 146 flat, which he looks like he will do. Yes, by half a second goes P9, 145.577. Next across the line is Ellen Boy, who is starting a lap, and then it's going to be Nanda Loris. Then we have the Kick Sauber of Harv, who's on an outlap. I think we got his JW Curtis on a lap. Don't think we've got anyone on a lap yet. Coming towards the final sector, we've got Kyle. Oh no, he's on none. So I might see a couple of runs from some people here. 5 minutes left of the session, we might see a few 2 laps. Maybe to get the inters warmed up. Who will be next to cross the line? It's gonna be LM Boy, as he's coming towards a bit of traffic, which kindly moves out the way. Actually, that was Williams. Oh, careful not to touch the grass there in these tricky conditions. Now the long right-hander. He's just got 100% ERS, so we'll see that overtake mode on very soon. He's got a car up ahead. Be curious to see if this car moves out the way or begins the lap. Chose to carry on. I don't think it's a hindrance of any sort of the V-carb. Sometimes it can be mentally a hindrance, but not actually a hindrance. If he comes around the final corner, careful not to invalidate this time. Crosses the line with a 144.036, which is good enough for P2, as Harv is in the wall. He invalidates. So there, how long's left of this session? 4 minutes. As Harv is really struggling. I think he's missing his front wing. Tokyo drifting around the long right-hander. We've got a lap. We've got 2 Aston Martins. Jundy first across the line. Loves the wet weather conditions. He was quite good at it in 23, but I don't think he's happy with how it handles in 24. So I don't think he's a big fan of the rain in 24, but he's up on his time as it stands. He's going to need just short of half a second though to improve on his position from P6. Into the final corner, down into first gear, or penultimate corner. I keep calling it the final corner. But this is technically a corner. Careful not to invalidate. Use the remaining of his ERS, and he improves by 3/10, but stays P6 as, who was that? That was JW Curtis with a 144.137. So he's thriving in these wet weather conditions. Next to cross the line is going to be the big Spartan. Can he improve on his 145.1? No, he's not. He's down on his time by 6/10. So he's going to have to try and regenerate some ERS, and hopefully he's got enough fuel in. Next we've got, is that Nando Loris? It is, but he's on none, so I think he's getting ready to go again for another lap. We've got a yellow flag. I think that was Ellen Boy just retiring. He's happy with his lap. Morgan is starting her out lap. Twiggy crosses the line. And I'm not sure what actually happened then. It wasn't showing me a delta, but it doesn't improve. So it's a 146.655. Rip Hessam. Top Hessam. What happened to you? It was into the pit entry. It looked like it. I think you can actually squeeze through into Q3. It looks like the rain's increased slightly. As Morgan's invalidated, so she hasn't got long actually. Banyol retires from the session. Should not got long to get back around. It is obviously a longer lap. Yeah, Hassan, I think you'll get into Q3, but I don't think you will be able to participate. But I might be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Sushteri's is coming around the final corner to start his lap. So is the big Spartan. I'll have to keep an eye on Morgan to see if she's going to get to the line. I think nobody is on a like stupid wall standing there. P4, not bad for me, Hessam. Oh, both Ferrari drivers doing well. Showing pace until Hessam touched the wall. How long we got left of this session? 20 seconds. Well, nobody's going to cross the line, I think, at the minute. No, so we'll keep an eye and see if Morgan is going to make the line. She's got 12 seconds, and I think that's going to be her qualifying over. Her fuel is blinking, and she goes straight on. So, no, that is her qualifying over, unfortunately. She is out in Q2. It's going to be P14. Twiggy can't improve. He's in the pits. Banyel's retired, so he's out. Nando Loris is slightly up on his time, but he's still got a lot of time, a lot of track to make up. He's going to need... What is he going to need? He's going to need at least 4 tenths. Ruben's crossed the line. He's P9, so he's on the brink. The big Spartan is down on his time by 4 tenths. So it doesn't look like he's going to get out of Q2 unless he's got a lot of time to gain in the final few corners. Tushteri enters the pit lane. Ruben on the bubble. Yeah, Ruben's quali is over. Can the big Spartan challenge? No, it looks like the rain's got heavier out here. I don't think many people are improving. Nando Loris cruising along in 7th gear. Down into neutral for a brief second there. Just the final corner to go. He's going to be the last person to cross the line. Can he improve? No, he can. So we will see Nando Loris out of Q2. One interesting Q2 session the rain has brought us. Ruben squeezes through. Hessam, let me cook. I'd be curious to see if Hessam can actually participate. No, we can't. There we are. He's grayed out. So we will see 9 drivers in Q3. We have lost Hessam after a DNF into the pit lane. The big Spartan, who misses out by, what's that, just over a tenth. Nando Loris P12, Banyel P13, Morgan P14 after not being able to get to the line, and Twiggy P15. I hope there's more rain in the final qualifying. That made that quite interesting. Kyle, I'm cooked if it rains in the race. Please let me know if it is raining. This looks quite heavy. This could be full wets. It is full wets. So we're using 3 different tyre compounds in 3 different sessions. We've had the soft tyres in Q1. We actually had a show of mediums from Bunions in Q1 as well. We had the Inters in Q2, and looks like we're going to get the full wet weather tyres in Q3. But Harv and Twooge are thinking better of it. They're thinking the Inters might be the quicker tyre. Sure, they'll be looking at the tyre delta, which it says on the screen. So Harv's definitely going for it. He's on the intermediate tyres. Ruben also the same. Ferrari driver also the same. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that, but I will find out. Rajbosa? Rajbosa? That's what we'll go with for today. So Kyle is out on the full wet tyres, so we will have a mix of tyres to compare against here. Let's see if there's any information in the D2 chat. And I don't think Morgan was happy with that. Track limits ruining her time. I don't think she's happy either because she didn't have a good qualifying in D1 yesterday, which she wasn't happy with that. And I don't think she had the best qualifying in Bahrain last week either. But she definitely has the race pace to try and make it through the pack. So fingers crossed for her. Will be nice to see a good result. Yeah, Hessam, you're going to have to get pedal to the metal. Hessam, do you know if it is raining in the race? That would be great to know if you could. As Harv is about to start his first lap of Q3. He's on the inters. He's sliding all over the place. I think it's not. Okay, so it's going to be dry race. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see some of these setups. We might see a few different people closer to the top, maybe that are running the higher wings. Harv looks like he's sliding about everywhere on these intermediate tyres. And of course it's Q3, so I think we're only going to get a few stints. I'm trying to use as much of that overtake mode as he can as he drifts round the fast left-hander. Same for the right-hander. The back end seems to be in a different dimension to the front. I'd love to see a wet weather lap. Let's have a look with Jundy. So yeah, I think it's quite obvious the wet tyres have a lot more grip than what the inters do. Whether that relates in pace, I'm not sure. I say that, and Jundy looks like he's sliding a bit, but not as much as what Harv was as he comes towards the back straight. So everyone out on a lap apart from JW Curtis at the minute. Which he's got the tyres to come out because we're on wets. So I'm not sure why he's not setting one unless he's letting everybody try and clear as much rain as possible. As Harv comes through the penultimate corner, we were setting 1:30.45s in Q2. He sets a 1:44.972, so it's a good lap from him. Bunions is going to be next, but I know it's not Bunions, it is LM Boy on the full wet weather tyres, but he has invalidated. So it's going to be Kyle, who is also on the wet weather tyres. Coming around the final corner, he's not going to be able to challenge for provisional pole. But he sits a 1:46.976, so maybe the wet tyres aren't the tyre to go for. Jundy also set at a 1:46. So Harv cleared by 1.8 seconds at the minute, so it's definitely an intermediate tyre. Say that as Ruben sets a 1:48.248. Twooge sets a 1:50, so is it a skill issue? Is it a tyre? I don't know, but Rajbosa has gone P2. I say that as Bunions takes that straight off him with a 1:45.906. Beats the Ferrari driver by 3 tenths as he takes the scenic route through turn 1. So the only two drivers not set a time yet are LM Boy, who invalidated, and Curtis, who is yet to come out of the pit lane. So we're curious to see what tyres people will choose for the final run. The top 3 are on inters. Put him in D1. This is coming from the person that won the D2 race last weekend. And you've been behind him in both Q1 and Q2. So we'll see how he gets on this race. It will be monitored for the first few races. As who is that? That's Harv. Not sure what he's doing. I think he's run out of fuel, and I also think he's just trying to get out of the way of everyone. But I don't think anyone's on a lap. I don't think he has run out of fuel. I think he's just riding it in first gear. We have Onions, who's on a lap. No, he's not. He's gone to no ERS. Ellen Boy's gone. Oh, he set a time. Apologies, Ellen Boy. I missed that. It's at 1:46.164. So he's the only driver on the wets to get close to the top, but he's still 1.1 seconds away, 1.2 seconds. So seeing most people go dive into the pits. Twooge is on a lap. Because it's still in the pits, but he's changed his tyres to the intermediates, so I think he's seen the majority of the grid on inters. And I think he's going to throw the kitchen sink at it for his final lap. So he's drifting through sector 2. He's burnt a lot of his ERS. Who we got next to cross the line? Is it LM Boy? Is he on a lap? No, LM Boy has run out of fuel. So it's going to be Ruben Scott, and then it's going to be Twooge. Yeah, Harv, your P1 time is absolutely rapid. Clear by a second as it stands. Ruben Scott into the final corner. Takes a bit of the curb. As he goes into the pits, making sure he doesn't outbrake himself. Hope we don't see many appearances in that wall this session as Twooge joined him. So everyone is in the pits, bar Kyle at the minute. Only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left of this session. While you're all here, feel free to post who you think will get P2 today in qualifying, because I think P1 has already been settled. I can't see anyone improving by over a second. I hope so. I hope there's some competition up there. But we'll soon find out. So Radvosa is next to come out of the pits, the Ferrari driver, the only Ferrari driver in Q3. So who are we missing in Q3? We're missing a Haas. Who else are we missing? Haas and a Williams? Is that all? Yeah, we got 2 Red Bulls, 2 Aston Martins. Yeah, missing a Haas and a Red Bull in Q3. So Kyle starts his lap. Coming into the first corner, he set his first lap on full wet weather tyres. Curtis has changed his mind. He's gone to the full wet weather tyres now. He's the only driver on the wet weather tyres. I still think intermediates look like the play. If I'm honest, when I first saw the weather, I'd have gone full wet weather tyres. But obviously seeing the times after, I think inters are the quicker tyre. Kyle in sector 2 doesn't want to get on that curb, and he invalidates. He has got to. Luckily, he's on 100% ERS already. So, will he have the fuel though? How long have we got left of this session? We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. That is Twooge. I don't know if he's done a bit of a spin or if he's purposely gone wide. We've got 1 minute and 30 left of this session. So, Kyle's going to have to give it all or nothing. We've got the Mercedes of JW Curtis coming around the final corner, about to start his lap. Yeah, so we've got only got the Ferrari driver on a lap at the minute, so we're right on board. as he wants to try and push for at least a top 3. He's going to have to improve by at least a tenth to try and get P3. Kyle needs to score good points for constructors. Yes, he does. Yeah, Kyle needs a good lap. Needs to get us some points from constructors. I didn't earn much yesterday. Kyle, you did a good job. No, Hassan, let's not go Ferrari. He's going to get on this curb here and he's going to spin around. Oh. Oh. I almost called it. I almost called it. He is up on his time by just over a tenth. So we could see him go for P3. Let him cook. Just wait. I'm waiting for it. Could be P3 on his debut. It will be a good start for him in Division 2 if he can try and get P3. As there goes the checkered flag, so everyone is currently on a lap. But Radrosa will be first across the line. Squirmish in the penultimate corner. Careful not to invalidate on the final corner, but it's where a lot of time is gain or lost, depends how much you want to gamble. He crosses the line and goes P3 with a 146.052. Next across the line is going to be JW Curtis, the only driver on the full wet weather tyres. What can he do? It's going to be his only lap of the session. JW Curtis goes P5 with a 146.325. Then it's going to be Kyle, who's doing his first lap on the intermediate tyres, set his previous lap on the full wets. Will he improve? He's currently P7. Into the final corner, making sure he doesn't invalidate. He goes P6. So it's not enough for him. Harv coming into the final corner. Takes a lot of that final corner. And he goes pole with the 144.813. Improves. Next to cross the line is going to be Jundi, who goes P6 for the 146.447. Then it's going to be Boy. What can Boy do? Bunions doesn't improve. Boy doesn't improve. He stays P4. Ruben Scott overtakes Tuasteri. Tuasteri comes to the line. He's 7/10 up. But where did he come? P6. So he takes P6 off his teammate. Nick Jundi will drop to P7. So what a lap time from Harv. 1 second, just over 1 second clear of the rest of the pack. Bunyan's in P2, best of the rest. This really is like a Max and the rest of the field situation at the start of the season. Rajvosa on his debut in P3, great lap from him. Boy P4, sets his fastest time on the full wets, as does JW Curtis P5. Sush P6, Jundi Sunday P7, Kyle P8, which I don't think he'll be happy with, and Ruben Scott P9. Duke, is he still D2, Jamie? Well, it could be a different story, turn 1. It could be a different story. Pace over 1 lap and racecraft are two completely different things. Completely different things. Bottle the 44 triad. Right, so it looks like we've got a dry race. So have we got a ready up time from the D2 staff? I don't think Curtis meant to go out on the full wet weather tyres, by the way. Said he pressed the run button on his wheel and switched tyres. So I think he wanted to go out. Yeah, Boy says he's not looking forward to the inside line. Right, they've been told to ready up at 2026, which I can tell you is in 35 seconds. So in roughly about a minute's time, we should be getting this race underway. Feel free to chuck your predictions down in the chat below. Love to know who you guys think is gonna win this race. And if you're not already, please make sure you do subscribe. We would appreciate it. Right, we turned 26, so we should start seeing people ready up now, and we should be hitting the 30-second timer. Hopefully we get a clean lap 1. It's a tricky turn 1 and turn 2. I think some people leave the door wide open, and then it closes very quickly here in China, as some drivers, I'm sure, will find out. But best of luck to everyone. Hoping for a clean race. Not many safety cars. And we should be seeing the lights anytime soon. Here we are. As we have 5 red lights in China, round 2. It's a long wait and we're off. Who is that? Morgan getting a very good start. Oh, the Ferrari driver all over the place. Oh, and that's the V car with Twiggy. I'm not sure what's happened there. I think Raj Vosa just put too much throttle down at the start. Everyone else looking like they're getting through cleanly. Morgan up to P12. Cameron up to P14. Yeah, so the Ferrari driver looked like he put the throttle down too quick and it just sent the car. Oh, what's happened to JW Curtis? JW Curtis in the gravel. That puts him down to P16, maybe P17. Twiggy's missing half his front wing. He's going to have to get that changed. Harv looking like he's struggling for a bit of oversteer there. Cam's up into 14th. He's up into 12th now. He's up into a points position. Cameron, the great start, battling with Banyul. Banyul on the outside, Cameron down the inside. He's gone deep. Banyul looking to go for the switchback. Cameron forcing him off track a little. A little bit of a wheel bang. We'll cut back to the front as something's happened with Bunions. He's dropped down. Ellen Boy now in P1. Harv looking to go down the inside. Thinks better of it. The 2 Aston Martin drivers. Oh, who is that? That's Twooge. No, it's not. It's Jundy. Jundy. No, it's not. It's Twooge. I was right the first time. Let's ride on board. Yes, it's Twooge missing a bit of his front wing. Can you guys go one straight without crashing? Literally, it was a start straight. Yeah, Twooge is going to really suffer. Oh, he's done exactly what I did. He's done exactly what I did in the D1 race, and that has ruined Hessam's front wing. I think we might see that in the incident feed. Hessam's struggling there. Morgan all over the back of him. Hessam going wide. I've seen more front wing flailing. I'm not sure whose that was. Morgan now up into P10. It's a good start for her. Banyul now up into P11. I think we'll see Hessam in the pits. Does Morgan have front wing damage? I can't tell if it was a Haas front wing end plate that I saw. Might see under braking here. Yeah, I think it was. I think it's a front left wing end plate. So Morgan got damaged. Nando Loris up into P9, so it's a very good start for him. Twooge nursing that front wing damage. LM Boy, the new leader of this race, which he says as Harv goes down the inside. Doesn't have time to cut back and take the race in line. LM Boy going for the switchback. He's got the outside. Harv tucking in behind for the final corner. LM Boy making sure he doesn't run wide. Jundy Sunday coming straight back at them both. We could see Jundy take the lead of this race here, which we do. Great overtake from Jundy. LM Boy looking to try and stick it around the outside. He's going to have the inside for turn 2. Battling away wheel to wheel as we come into turn 3. Jundy's going to have the inside. LM Boy's going to have the favourable outside line. LM Boy goes deep. LM Boy will get the better run though. Side by side into the flat left-hander. Both drivers keeping it clean. LM Boy now slots in behind as we head into sector 2. Onions was P2 at one point. Kyle up into P5, so a good start for him. Twu just fell off this pack now. He's 2.8 seconds. So I think that front wing is troubling him, whether he's waiting for a safety car or what, I'm not sure. SM down to P11. He's missing a big chunk of his, so I'm surprised he's not pitting. He's lost both end plates. Curtis managed to get his way back up into P2. Raj Volsa up into P13 currently. Cameron down into P14. Morgaine, what's happened to Morgaine? I missed what happened to her, unless she's pitted for a new front wing, which she has. She's got both front wing end plates now, so she's on the hard tyres. Alfie P16 and Twiggy P17. I'm not sure if Twiggy's got his new front wing. We'll come back to the front as we've got a strong battle here going. LM Boy around the outside, Jundy around the inside. We've got a 5-way battle here from 4 different constructors. Into turn 3 we go. Will Jundy go down the inside? No, they all keep formation, making sure nobody runs into the back of each other. So half down into P3 currently as it stands. Kyle up into P4. Let's have a look at our tyres. They're off there, the people that stop. So yeah, Morgaine, Alpha and Twiggy all stopping at once. So you got a mix of tyres between medium and hard. Harv is on the hard tyre, so he is going to be on the preferable tyre when they box later on. So is Bunyan's. So Bunyan's keeping up with the front runners on them hard tyres. As Jundy goes down the inside and gets back to the racing line before the penultimate corner. As Baniel makes an overtake on Ruben Scott. Up into P8 for him. Let's have a look at our winners and losers. So Jundy up 6 positions. What a start he's had on lap 5. Ellen Boy up 2. Harv down 2, but he's still up there in contention. Kyle up 4. Bunyan's down 3, but same, he started on them hard tyres. He's definitely still in it. The Big Spartan up 5 positions. He's running a great race. Twu's not having a good race. He's got front wing damage. As we see Hessam in the pits now. So I think he'll be getting that front wing adjusted. That's the Ferrari pit crew. Number 99. Where will Morgaine come out in terms of Hessam in front? So I don't know if you can call it an undercut for a front wing change. So Jundy, the leader of this race, as we come into the final sector on lap 5. So the Big Spartan 2 seconds off this train in the top 5, as Harv is making a move on LM Boy early down the straight. LM Boy looks like he's burned a little bit, which he is, keeping hold of that P2. Jundy moves across to cover the inside. LM Boy goes around the outside, goes deep. Oh, I think that was Harv looking to make a move. Jundy comes out in first, but he's not going to have DRS. So Harv itching to make this move done. I think Jundy, we could see lose a few positions here. There is 1-2 LM Boy. Oh, that was a bit naughty from Jundy, moving out to the side just as Harv was looking to come through. LM Boy, the leader of this race now. Surprised there wasn't at least a VSC in the first few laps for the debris. Yeah, same. Sometimes the front wing can bring stuff like that out. Oh, with that Kyle going down the inside. It was a bit of a half-hearted move. It looked to go for it, and I think he just slammed on the brakes. Yeah, no VSC at the minute. I think everyone from Raj Volsa onwards could do with a bit of a VSC. Sorry, a full safety car. Bring the pack back up together. Curtis running a good race up to now. Only a 1.1 seconds off his teammate after that lap 1 incident. What are they? battling have we got on track? So Tuj has re-overtaken the Big Spartan, so I think he had a moment somewhere. So Tuj back up into P6. The Big Spartan is all over him. Do you see another position change back on the straight? Jundy retakes the lead of this race. I think we're going to see a lot of that this race. I think Carv at the minute will be happy to sit in P3 on those hard tyres, knowing that he's going to go longer and go on the better stint. But if we do see a safety car around lap 10-ish, that could be crucial because it's not what he wants for his tyre strategy. Oh, it's the Big Spartan going down the inside of Twooge, but that quickly changes to the outside. Oh, Ruben Scott getting all a bit out of shape down in P9. So, looking to try and make a move on the Aston Martin driver, who is still nursing some front wing damage, I think. Yep, there we are, missing that front left wing end plate. We've got a yellow flag of the McLaren driver. That is Cameron. Still got his front wing intact on the exit of turn 2. That'll be music to Mograin's ears. Alpha, the only driver to get a penalty so far. As we come round the back straight. Jundy currently leading. I think we might see a change of leader coming into the penultimate corner. Or are we all sticking where we are? Yeah, it looks like it. I think we were seeing a lot of overtakes into turn 1 as well. But the DRS seems to be very powerful into turn 1. It's obviously a shorter length DRS straight, but you do tend to see more overtakes. LM Boy looking to go around the outside. He's trying to stick it out. Harv looking to go down LM Boy's inside. He's left the door wide open. LM Boy will get the inside line for turn 2 though. LM Boy claiming that second spot, but he's not got a good exit. Will Harv go down the inside? He's gone for it. Oh, looks like a bit of tyre. Touching the tyres. Harv stays in P3. LM Boy keeps P2. Hard, fair racing there, I think. I think both drivers giving each other space. I didn't think Harv was going to go for it. He looks like he's getting a bit out of shape in the dirty air of the Red Bull. Kyle still yet to make a move from P4, which I'm surprised. I thought he'd be trying to use that tyre advantage. Oh, Harv going up the inside of LM Boy on the exit onto the DRS straight. I'm sure Jundy behind is loving seeing this fighting. Gives him a bit of breathing space. As we will see Harv go down the inside. He is later on the brakes. LM Boy going for the favourable line, but Harv gets the move done. Harv up into P2 now. As that might have been a track warning. Couldn't see. As Kyle now moves up into P3. So LM Boy suffering now. Is his tyres starting to wear? We are on lap 9. Hards are a good tyre here. So all the media. Oh, that's Jundy going off. As Bunyans taps the back of Jundy. As Bunyan's got front wing damage. Yes, he is. He's going to struggle into this braking zone. He goes down the inside. We see both drivers collect each other. Bunyan's getting out of shape there. Yeah, when you got front wing damage, it's a lot harder to brake. He's missing both wing end plates. Yeah, he's going to really struggle now, especially into this sector 2. He's on the hard tyre as well, so it's not like he can box now and go to the rest of the race on the mediums. Didn't see what happened. It looked like Jundy got a bit of oversteer. I'm not sure if there was contact or what. Well, that promotes Kyle up into P2 and Harv up into P1, which Kyle is out of DRS. He's 1.1 seconds away. He will get a nice toe, which brings him back towards DRS. So he might get it down the back straight as we enter the detection zone. Yes, he will. So that top 5 DRS train has now become a top 4. Bunyans has fallen off, understandably, as he goes very wide. Jundy's into the pits. He starts on the medium tyres, so that makes sense. So does Twooge. We're seeing an Aston Martin double stack. Let's see how this... Are we going to see Twooge waiting for long? Oh, just a brief second. But it's an Aston Martin masterclass. Twooge doesn't get his front wing changed. Oh no. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. Or if he's forgot to do it. Did Jundy get his changed? Yeah, Jundy got his changed. I'm not sure if he was actually missing any or... Can't remember. So, the two Aston Martins double stacking. Hessam coming out just a bit further behind. Hessam got his front wing on. Got back to the lead of this race. Harv still leading. We will see the cars behind in the pits a lot sooner. So they will go for the undercut, but Harv will have the better tyre compound coming towards the end of this race. So that top 5 DRS has now become a top 3 between Harv, Kyle and Ellenboy. Bunyan's fallen off for that DRS damage as Kyle is our new leader of this race. So a couple of laps ago I said Kyle hadn't really made any overtakes and he was just cruising along in P4, and now Kyle is leading this race. Might only be a few corners down the DRS straight. Is Harv going to go back for it? Going to go down the inside. Kyle's going to have to stick for the outside. Harv gets that move done. Seeing a bit of activity into the pits. We got the big Spartan in for hard tyres. And have we got a new front wing? No, we got the same front wing. We got Ruben Scott in the Alpine. Comes out just behind the big Spartan. Where will they come out on track in terms of Hessam and Morgaine? Ruben comes out behind, but in front of Morgaine. Morgaine's going to be carrying a lot more speed and going to have a lot hotter tyres. So Ruben might be vulnerable coming into turn 3. Will Morgaine move down the inside? No, I think she's just sticking that one out. I think she knows Ruben's tyres will come to him. Raj Vosa all over the back of Nando Loris. He does have I'm not sure if he got front wing damage in that lap 1 incident. I think he just put the throttle down too much. Seemed like he just span himself. So was he move down into the DRS straight? He pulls out to the inside. Oh, we've got a bit of a wheel bang. And we've got damage there. Nando Loris looked like he just pulled right in front of him. Alongside, sorry. So Rajavosa has now got won't get DRS, but he's got a damaged front wing. And he is on the hard tyres. So personally, on board, that looked like Nando Loris' fault, but I'm sure we'll see that in the incident page after. Nando Loris going down the inside. Retakes P5 as we see Kyle and Ellenboy in the pits. So lap 12. So Harv will now have all that clean air out in front of him. We've got a yellow flag. Alfie retires from this session. We've got a virtual safety car. Oh, that is gutting for Kyle and Ellenboy, as they are just pitted. Who have we still got on the same tyres? So we've got JW Curtis, Baniel, and Nando Loris all could make do with this, all on the medium tyres. We do have Rajvosa, Harv, Bunions on the hard tyres. Baniel up 10 positions. He's running a great race. Let's see if this virtual safety car lasts long enough for the front runners. I'm surprised we did just see a virtual safety car for a DNF. DRS is enabled, virtual safety car is back in. So I think for LM Boy and Kyle, I don't think it actually mattered because they wouldn't have been able to get to the pit lane entry anyway. But I think the hard runners would be very glad to see that come back in. Bonyans gets the 3 seconds there, going wide with that front wing damage. That might cost him towards the end of the race. As we see JW Curtis in the pits. Lovely pit entry. As we see the McLaren driver going onto the hard tyres. Where will they come out? There's a bit of a pack in between Hessam, Ruben and Morgaine. Will Ruben get the undercut? It's going to be close. No, he won't. It's going to come out just behind Morgaine. So we should see some good pace from JW Curtis now, and then fresh tyres. Might need a lap or two to warm up. Harv looking to burn a bit now, trying to gain a bit of a gap between Kyle and LM Boy. Kyle now stuck behind Jundy, so Jundy got the undercut when he's pitted. But what lap difference have we got? There we are. So it is a 2-lap difference. But Jundy got his front wing changed, I think. Oh, it might not have been damaged anyway. I might be wrong. Regardless, we might see a move from Kyle down the DRS zone. He goes down the inside. Does Jundy have DRS? No, he doesn't. Thinks about going down the inside, but thinks again. So Kyle is stuck in a bit of traffic here. LM Boy will soon catch up to this traffic. The Big Spartan gets a move done onto Steri. Up into P9. Now Dolores dives into the pits. LM Boy takes the fastest lap of this race. So does Banyul, who dives into the pits. Oh, I think did Raj Volser have a moment there? Lost a couple of places. Kyle cruised through into P3. Let's see the time from the leader. So Kyle is currently 17 seconds off Harv. Harv still yet to pit in this race, and Bunions. It's going to be an interesting last stint of this race because when Harv comes out, he's going to have to get his overtaking shoes on. Depending on where he comes out. Raj Volser also need to pit. Two just pitted. Yeah, I think Jundy and Tuj were one of our early pitters. LM Boy, not LM Boy, Hessam. He's going to have to go a long way on them hards. Currently on 9 laps, still another 14 to go. We're halfway into the Chinese Grand Prix. We got a yellow flag. Who is that? That Twiggy? Oh, it's Twiggy having a moment. On the exit of turn 2. On his way to turn 3. I think Twiggy is learning manual gears as well. But I might be wrong, don't count me on that. I know he's trying. Kyle did have the fastest lap of the race. LM Boy improves on his fastest lap. But I think regardless, Harv will take the fastest lap of this race on the new medium tyres, unless we see a late safety car towards the end. We see people jump on the softs. The Big Spartan and Tuj battling out again for P7 and P8 in this race. The Big Spartan has a front wing delta and a tyre delta as well. He's 1 lap younger tyres. Ruben with a time penalty has Hessam on his tail. This could have really been a race for their Ferrari drivers, but Hessam taking front wing damage from Tuj, I think, in the first opening laps. And Raj Volser having that lap 1 incident. Looks like he put his foot down too quickly and car just didn't like it. It just went sideways, and having the incident with Nando Loris as well. So I'm sure we'll see that later on in the race. We do have a yellow flag, and it is the Mercedes driver of JW Curtis. So I think it's the second time he's had a yellow flag this race, unless it was Nando Loris letting him through, not 100% sure. Regardless, Harv is in the pits. We have got 12 laps left of this race. Let's see where he comes out. The undercut is quite oh no, he's at the end of the pit lane. The undercut is quite strong. Yeah, Harv's gonna he's gonna come out in front of the big Spartan, so he's done well to get some fresh air. He is 7 seconds away from the top three, who are all very close to each other, so they're going to slow each other down. Rajvosa also in the pits, so is Bunions. Guessing they both changed their front wings. Rajvosa hasn't. Bunions has. Bunions got a new fresh front wing. Alfie, the reason I DNF was because Tugu was going down the inside of the start of the straight and my back end kicked out and hit his rear wheel and crashed. Okay. Was there any pun in there when you say kick out in the kick Albert? We here all night. I am here all night. Oh, who's that? Cameron. Having a bit of an adventure down the back straight. As they're coming down the back straight, Kyle is the leader of this race. Harv was 7 seconds behind. He's already reduced that by a full second. I think the other guys will increase that speed down this DRS straight because they will all have DRS bar one, and Harv doesn't. But Jundy takes the lead of this race momentarily as Kyle looking to go around the outside, Jundy down the inside into the fast speed turn one. Both drivers leaving room. Kyle now have the inside line for turn two. It's a very good move. Jundy going for the switchback. Excuse me. Will we see a move from the Aston Martin into turn three? No, it's chooses to sit behind. So have now 5 seconds away. Make that 4.8 as we have 11 laps remaining of this race. He sets a purple sector one. I think this will be his fastest lap attempt. Good battle here for 5, 6, 7, and 8 as JW Curtis and Morgaine battling it out, as well as Nando Loris. Morgaine on the inside through sector 2. I think if Morgaine stays ahead here, she will struggle. Obviously, she won't have DRS. Into the two left-handers. She pulls out to the inside. Curtis going around the outside. Morgaine has the inside, giving plenty of room. Nando Loris trying to make it 3 wide into there. JW Curtis getting a bit squirmish, which is going to put him on the back foot now to his teammate, which doesn't know whether he wants the inside or the outside. Will Morgaine stay in front? She chooses the inside. Curtis to go around the outside. Gets that move done, does he? No. Nando Loris trying to make it 3 wide once again. Not sure why he's trying to do that. Morgaine has the inside. Dives into the pits. Does she have front wing damage? I think she's just done a bit too long on the hard tyres. We've got a yellow flag, turn 1. I think that's from the front 3. Have just 3.5 seconds now, so he's catching. He's definitely catching. Morgaine losing the place to Bunions as she goes on to the medium tyres. So we're still fighting away for P5. Without that front wing, he's showing some good pace around other drivers near him. The big Spartan seems to fall off. I'm not sure whether he had a spin or a bit of an incident, but the two McLarens, two Mercedes, sorry, have caught up now. McLaren, come on. Yeah, I think Kyle's going to need a little bit of a helping hand between the other two to really defend and really slow Harv down, because Harv is coming back at the rate of knots on them fresh medium tyres. But I think all three of them need to make. Oh, it's Ruben and Tuj battling it out. Hessam trying to get in on the action as well. Ruben gets up to P5. Tuj in P6. Ruben will. Bunyan's retires. And it's brought out a safety car. Tuj has to back off. He can't make that overtake. Wow, this makes things very interesting. JW Curtis 10 seconds. I'm presuming for a collision with the big Spartan as he was trying to go into the pits. JW Curtis will serve his 10 seconds now. Not sure what happened with Bunions. It was on the fresh tyres as well. Well, just like the D1 race yesterday, we've seen a late safety car. This will be great for Morgaine. I think, will she pit? Yeah, she's coming into the pits for a fresh set of soft tyres. Reg Volsa also on the fresh set of softs. This will do him some good. We'll see the full pack group up now. I think we'll see Cameron come into the pits as well for a fresh set of softs. 10 laps to go. Twiggy does the same. Nando Loris is coming for the mediums. JW Curtis also going for the mediums. What will the top four do? Right, so this hasn't played well for Harv. This isn't good for Harv, because he pitted late on the medium tyres to try and have this later advantage, and he's only managed to get 3 laps of it. Nando Loris gets a drive-through penalty. Speeding under the virtual safety car. It is difficult in some of these slow speed corners. You really have to slow down a lot further before. Right, let's see what the front guys are all on. Is that Kyle going on the hard tyres? Oh no, why have we seen Kyle go on the hard tyres? That might be his race over. Jundy goes on the medium tyres, Harv going on the softs, and LM Boy on the softs. I'm not sure why Kyle chose the hard tyres there. I understand he might not have had a spare set of mediums, but surely he had some softs. Them hards are going to take a few laps to warm up, so he's going to have to get a move on with them. Ruben going for the mediums. The big Spartan going for the mediums. Tuj going for the mediums. Did Tuj replace his wing this time? See if we can get an onboard shot. He's down to P8, so he might have done, you know. Yeah, there we go. Full front wing. Baniel running a great race up in P7. Hessam, good recovery drive from him. He's in P6 as it stands. So this has shook up the race quite a bit. So we'll see everybody group back up together. Cameron's gone for the medium tyres. He changed. Who changed? His wings. Ah, okay. Yeah, we got a couple of people in for the front wings. Let's have a look at the penalties. They are Ruben Scott getting 3 seconds, as well as the big Spartan. When you get 3 seconds this late on with a safety car, it really does knock you down quite far, as Tuj found out last weekend. Dando Loris also has a drive-through, so he'll have to serve that after the safety car is in. So I think it might be a couple of laps yet before we see this race restart. Waiting for some cars further down the grid to catch up. Let us know, you guys, who you think now is in the driving seat to win this race. I'll get the tyres back up for you. That's the fastest lap of this race, but I think we'll see that change. There are your tyres. This has blown open now. Yeah, have. Yeah, you were catching on the medium tyres. That's the only problem with starting on the hards. If there is an early safety car or a later safety car when you've not long changed tyres, it really, you don't get that tyre delta that you originally planned for. Let's check in the D2 chart, see if there's anything in there. Kyle said he doesn't have any mediums and softs wear too fast. So that's the reason he's gone the hard tyres. If you can get the warm tyres, sorry, if you can get the hard tyres warmed up, might be okay, but I still think he's going to be he's going to struggle. Thank you to everybody tuning in, by the way. I really do appreciate it. Coming along to watch the D2 race. It's been quite eventful, to be fair, from quali onwards. I think we might see the safety car in the next lap. Lap 22, so we'll have, what, six laps of racing? Oh, 7 laps of racing, including the final lap. So just waiting for Cam to catch back up to the pack now. In the McLaren. So what constructors have we got in the top? Well, to the top 7 is a different constructor. Up to the top 9, it's almost every constructor apart from Aston Martin, who has both cars in the top 9. Only Haas and Mercedes missing out at the time being. Morgan, the only Haas driver this weekend. Mercedes not having the best race, but this safety car might have helped them. I know JW Curtis has some pace in there. Nando Norris hasn't shown his best overtaking moves so far. As Cameron is now caught up to the pack. And there we are, safety car is in this lap. Going to be a very interesting last 7 laps. 6 laps now, as we'll cross the line on lap 23. Safety car now pulls away, and we'll see the pack slow down. It will be very slow into this final hairpin, so make sure you leave plenty of room if you are listening. We won't want to see somebody rear-end somebody, get 10 seconds, lose a front wing, and it just ruins your race. We will cut back to the front with Jundy. We will see when he decides to go. There we are. Oh, you know he thought about it. Downshift. Looks like he's going at the very last minute. Kyle pulls to his inside. It's not allowed. There we go. He catches Kyle off guard. Ellen Boy gets the jump on him on them soft tyres. Kyle looks like he's burning. As we head into turn 1. Ellen Boy down the inside, which will have to be down the outside of turn 2. He'll have the better run into turn 3, and he's going to have the inside line, but he's already got the move done. Kyle looking to go down the inside, thinks better of it. Half locks up. He's lost a position to Ruben Scott. Tangling wheels. Hessam trying to make a space in the place in the meantime. We've got the Alpine of Ruben all over Harv. Don't think Harv's had the best of restarts. Daniel still in P7. Morgaine up into P10, going around the outside of the big Spartan. I know it says safety car, but ignore that for now. We're just on the safety car restart. Harv and Kyle battling it out. Ruben Scott wants in as well. Jundi coming down the back straight, the current leader of this race. We've got a yellow flag at the back. It's Cameron. He's off the track. That drops him down to P15 as it stands. Jundi still the leader of this race as we head into lap 24. Harv going wide there. Ruben Scott being able to gain a place up into P4. Ooh, him and Harv getting a bit tangled wheels. Ruben Scott stays ahead. Harv thinks about going down the inside, backs out. Banyul has overtook Hessam in the meantime. So Banyul up into P6. What a race he's having. Ruben and Scott and Harv battling it out. Curtis up into P9, so he's had a good safety car restart. Rajvolsa down into P11, so since that wing damage, it's not been the best race for him. Ruben and Harv still battling it out. Ruben's ghosted, so there must have been a bit of contact. Into the fast left-handers. Oh, Ruben getting a bit out of shape. Touches the back of Harv. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. JW Curtis is retired from the session, and that brings out another safety car. Are we going to see the Mercedes? I think it was just in that wall there. JW Curtis left the session, so not sure what happened there, whether it was collision or driver error, but I'm sure we will hear about it soon. As JW Curtis is our third retiree from this session. So this plays into the hands slightly of the soft tyre runners. They won't have to use as much grip on their tyres as they first intended. So not much change in the top 6. Oh, Scrooge into the pits. Has he got front wing damage? Morgaine also into the pits. Let's keep an eye on if they are getting new front wings. Nope, 2 just goes for the soft tyres. Morgaine goes for a new set of soft tyres. So they will both come out P12 and P13 as Nando Loris also enters the pits. For what will be a new front wing. Not the best race for Nando Loris today. At least there's one Mercedes out in front. It might be in red, but it's a start. Not the best day at the office for both Mercedes drivers. Meanwhile, Aston Martin having a great race. Red Bull. Bunyans was running a great race, got front wing damage, and it was kind of downhill from there. He did get it replaced, so I don't think that was an excuse for his DNF. I think he got it replaced. McLaren, still yet to see where this could pan out. Kyle not on the optimal tyres, let's say that at least. Cameron up into the points though, up into P11. So not a bad day off at the office for them. Harv down into P4, the only kick Sauber driver remaining. After starting P1, I'm sure this is not what he hoped for on lap 25. Ruben showed some very good race pace, to be fair, in the Alpine. Same again, the only Alpine racing today, so scoring some good points, but he does have a 3-second time penalty. And that is going to cost him big time, because we're not going to have many laps of racing. Daniel running an amazing race. Why is Sam dropping places? He is into the pits. So let's have a look at our gainers over the race. So yeah, Baniel up 7 positions, earning some great points for the Williams team. Twiggy up into P9 now. Yeah, and his teammate up into P8. Does have a 3-second time penalty though. This promotes Cameron up to P10. Sam, did your AI pit you? It done the exact same to me in Singapore. And did it pit you for old tyres by any chance? Because I've been there. I've been there and I don't go AI anymore. Yep. I think he'd not done it on purpose. I think if he's done what I did in Singapore, he's gone AI and the game has pitted him under a safety car, which is exactly what it did to me. Oh, as maybe you come out of AI at the very wrong time there, unless that was lag. No, he's missing his front wing. Yeah, so this race is going from bad to worse for Hessam. Oh yeah, safety car is in this lap. Ellenbog gets a 10-second time penalty for what I imagine is a tap from Jundy. On Jundy, sorry. Does he still have his... Oh no, he's missing some of his front wing. Oh no, this is crucial for Ellenboy. Jundy trying to get some heat in them tyres. We could see Ellenboy dropping some positions now. He's missing his front wing. This will be great for Kyle. Disconnect or Willie. He's willy-nilly gone to AI. Yeah, he's gone AI himself, obviously, to heat tires or whatever the AI strat is these days. And the game's automatically pitted him. Jundy went very late last time. He goes into the exit of the final corner. I want to say catch the Lemboy off guard, but he's with that front wing, he's not going to stand much of a chance anyway. We're going to have 2 laps of racing. There is a clear shot of Ellenboy's front wing. Everybody getting away cleanly. Cameron battling away for P10. Go on, Cameron. Down the inside of Twiggy. It's great racing from Cameron. 2-steering, trying to capitalise on the battle. Is he going to go down the inside, make it 3 wide? No, but we do see the Mercedes go down the inside. Scrapping away at the back. Morgaine also in there, currently P13. And that's not. Oh, that's. I'm not sure who that was. That's 2-steering. Who is not having a great race. That might be his 3rd or 2nd front wing. I'm not sure. I think it was Cameron going off and didn't ghost him. So Twooge looks like he's going to have to settle for last place, while his teammate is currently in 1st place and out of DRS. As we head into the final lap of the race. Ellenboy under the cosh here with his front wing. We're only going to see 1 DRS zone, and that's going to be on the next lap on the back straight. Ellenboy seems to keep P2 for now. Kyle choosing to go down the inside. In the meantime, Ruben Scott's overtaken half a P4. Kyle down the inside gets that move done. Will we try and see a move from Ruben or Half? Ruben manages to keep P4. Both drivers do have a penalty though. I am sure Ellenboy will try to get that 10-second time penalty removed. We'll see what it is, but Ruben does have 3 seconds. So I think we will see Harv on a podium. Baniel up into P6 running an amazing race. He's shown great pace this weekend. Jundy up 6 positions. And he is clear of the McLaren driver by 1.4 seconds as we come towards the back straight for the last time of this race. Cameron and Truge battling it out. We got anybody else close? We got Morgaine on Nando Loris. Nando Loris doesn't have DRS. So we might see Cameron retires on the final corner. So he spins. Will we see Morgaine go down the inside? He's tuned to go further down the outside. Clash of wheels will cut back to the front as Jundy comes round the final corner to win the Chinese Grand Prix. What a race he has had. Kyle comes home to finish P2. Ruben Scott comes home to finish P3 provisionally, but that's overtaken by Harvard Baniel up into P4. Rajvosa P5 on his debut. P6 for Ruben Scott after that 3-second time penalty. Morgaine up into P7. Good race for her after a few incidents. And there we have it. There is your Chinese Grand Prix. Driver of the day, Nando Loris. Probably wouldn't have picked it myself, but as it is an Aston on the front row. Harv takes the fastest lap of the race. There is your order. Nando Loris up to P8 from P12. Hessam, I got damaged 5 times. Yeah, I seen the time when you rammed whoever it was in front under the safety car. Twiggy into the points, up from P15 into P10. Ellen Boy, that 10 seconds really costing him, so I imagine we will try and see that 10 seconds revoked from in the incidents page, but we'll see. Thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight, and if you've not already done so, please subscribe. It's Portugal next week, so I look forward to seeing you all there, but thanks for tuning in and see you next weekend. Ciao for now.